It's going to happen, guys. It's almost a guarantee when you're dealing with today's women. Whether you are dating her, just started texting and talking to her, you're exclusive in a relationship, it even happens to married men. Now, I'm going to explain to you why women do this, because I don't want you guys to comment and be in frustration and be enraged and say, I don't understand these women, man. They always do goofy stuff, man. I'm sick of these chicks, okay? Because there's always a method to a woman's madness. But first and foremost, you have to understand, women are emotional creatures, which means they're up here one day, they really like you, and the next day they don't like you, they don't want to be bothered. Then the next day they really into you. The next day they really want to see you. The next day they're like, okay? You got to realize women are inconsistent creatures by nature. Even if you guys have been together for a long time, she's going to pull this crap, okay? So just realize that you need to remain calm, you need to be chill, and you need to go about it in a masculine alpha way. Now, I'm going to give you two scenarios how you can combat this pull away tactic that women use. The first one I'm going to talk about is when you guys just started texting, right? You might have gotten her number and you met her at the store, the gas station, and an event. You met her at an amusement park, at work, wherever. And you guys are texting and then everything is going perfectly fine, right? I've been there many times. She's all, on you, and she's basically showing you all this high interest, saying you're handsome, you look good. And you're like, man, this girl cool. And y'all texting and texting and texting. And then all of a sudden one day, boom, she does a complete 180. And you're looking at the text message. You're like, I don't understand, right? She's sending me kissy emojis and smiley faces. I don't get why she all of a sudden just completely bagged away, or she went kind of cold or lukewarm. Now, here's the reason why she did this. This is when you just start communicating with her and talking to her. Maybe you've been on a couple dates, right? Maybe you guys had sex 2-3 times. She'll pull back because she wants to see, number one, if you actually really like her, right? And a lot of women use this silly tactic because they're trying to gauge a guy's interest. Now, here's the thing. If you fail this sort of pullback test and you say, hey, what happened to you? I haven't heard from you in 2-3 days. I haven't heard from you all day. Are you busy? Hey, just thinking about you. You failed, because now she's sitting back and said, oh, okay. Now I know this guy is not that confident alpha male that I thought he was, that he was portraying to me. So you failed because she sees that you're scared. You have a scarcity mindset. So then she becomes less and less attracted to you, and she starts to pull back more and more and more until you start pulling your hair out and going crazy. And then you realize that, man, I've chased this woman away. I said this before and I'll say it again in the previous video. Women test for strength. Men test for compliance and cooperation. So when she does this pullback, she's testing to see if you're going to chase her or if you're going to remain calm. One of the hallmarks of being a masculine man is remaining stoic, is being calm within the storm. So if you become emotional, if you start doing sporadic things and blowing her up and going crazy, you know what's going to happen? She'll say, okay, you know what? I'm good. Especially if you guys have just started texting or dating and you guys have hooked up a couple times and now you're like, oh man, I can't do without her. Then she's going to realize this is not the guy I want to deal with, all right? Because you could be some clingy stalker guy, right? Again, like I said, it's always a method to a woman's madness. Now, the next thing a woman will do, she'll pull back when you guys are in a full-blown relationship. Let's say you guys have been seeing each other exclusively for about 8-9 months, right? A year. What she'll do is she'll just pull back. Now, the reason why she's pulling away, the first reason, is because she wants to, again, test to see if you're actually on your purpose. Because when she bags away and you go crazy, that's letting her know, oh, you really don't have a purpose, that you're her purpose. And now she honestly has control of you. She can push this button. She can run away. She can go over here. And then you're going to be like a little puppy dog and go crazy. So I'm going to tell you the text message to send her, okay? because it's not normal for the most part for a woman to pull away if you guys have been exclusive in a relationship. The reason why she does it for the most part is because she's seeing another guy for the most part, or she's trying to see her other prospects. So she's hooking up with another guy, right? Women like consistency when they're in a relationship. So if you guys have been together for some time, again, a minimum 8 to 9 months, a year, and she does pull away and her text message, you notice the 3-4 days in throughout the week is not there. And you can just sense in your gut that, man, something is off. I just know, the sex is off and she's just kind of distant when she's around you. She's just overall pulling away. Here's what you text her, okay? Because you got to get to her mess before she gets to you. And I've talked to women in the past and they've told me, man, I've broken up with every guy that I've been with, okay? And they take pride in leaving guys because that gives them the opportunity to weasel their way back in if things don't work out with another guy. And I talked about that in the previous videos, right? The monkey branching thing. The grass is not green on the other side. So you got to get to her before she gets to you. When it comes to men and women in relationships, there's always a power dynamic. One party is always trying to leverage their authority and what they have over the other party. This is how relationships are. I said in the previous video, there's no such thing as love. It's only leverage. And women understand this. So this is why you're going to get to her mess before she gets to you. You have to always be in a superior position, because if you're not, and a woman starts to look down on you after you guys have been in a relationship for so long, she's going to start disrespecting you. She's going to realize, oh, my boyfriend, this guy, he's not going to leave me. Then she'll start taking you for granted. Then she'll start looking elsewhere because your presence isn't scarce. You don't have an abundance mentality. You have cling to her, okay? So now, to reset the power dynamic, this is what you text her. If you feel her really pulling away and you got that gut feeling that, man, my woman, she has been just off the past couple weeks and she ain't been coming over a lot. She's kind of been, she's been flaking off. Get to her before she gets to you, because she's getting ready to leave. So if she pulls away and you feel it, text her this. You've been distant lately. I don't think we're on the same page. We should see other people. Now, when you text her this, she's going to be in a state of confusion, because she's going to be like, oh, man, because number one, you're acknowledging the fact that, hey, I see you've been distant lately. I see you've pulled away. I see you haven't put in an effort like you used to. Right? And two, you're telling her, we're not on the same page. You're not on my page. You're not following my program. You're wasting a lot of my time. We should see other people. Now, when you hit her with this last line, we should see other people, that's going to let her know you don't have me in your clutches anymore. I'm not this guy who's going to put up with your mess. I'm not this guy who's going to put up with these narcissistic mind games where you pulling away and you running over here and you're here one day, you're gone the next day, your communication is inconsistent, you're playing all these games. So you're let her know that you are replaceable. And when you let a woman know she's replaceable, that will turn her on instantly. Now, you're probably going to hear from women, oh, if he doesn't want to be with me, if he's going to leave me, then that means he doesn't care. No, you have to respect yourself first, because remember, in order for a woman to be with a guy, he has to respect himself. And the ultimate form of respect that a man can exude is him walking away, him taking his time, his efforts to another woman or to other women. Text her this. When you do, you'll see how this will impact your situation with that woman or women greatly. She'll most likely stick around and come back and be more attracted to you. And she'll say, hey, how about we talk? How about we fix this? I'm sorry. Then you'll get her back on the right track. But if you decide to just let her just go and say, oh, hey, let's work things out. And you're not able to get rid of her and you fear losing her, what'll happen is she'll eventually leave you sooner rather than later. Now, she might give you a couple more weeks, but every guy knows that when his girl is pulling away, there's nothing you can do. Okay, she most likely is already talking to another guy or she's talking to other prospects. It's just your job to pull away, to leave her and let her know, hey, I see what's going on. You've been distant lately. We're not on the same page. We should see other people.